Yes, my people, it's your boy VRD. Welcome to part two of our special drive along the West Somerset Railway. I hope that's the name of this route. I'm sure it's called West Somerset Railway. Anyway, part one we drove from whatever the first station is called up to Watchet Station. Part two we're going to be driving from Watchet Station to whatever the name of the final station is. So without further ado, let's get a move on. Dorfield Hall. Halt. Dorfield. Donnyford Halt. Right. Forward. What do we have selected? Straight brake. No. Driver's brake needs to be selected. Release the driver's brake. Bit of power. Straight brake. Released. And we're on level terrain, so we should move off with relative ease. Uh-oh. Okay, I thought the train was broken for a sec. I was about to say, why are we not moving? Whew, don't scare me like that now. Speed limit's 10 miles an hour. You tried to catch me out. You tried to catch me out. Nah. I'm man's observant with it today. Alright, now we're on another upward gradient, unfortunately. So we have to do some more fiddling with the throttle. Throttle fiddling. Ooh, I feel like I've invented a new term. Throttle fiddling. That's a bit of a tongue twister as well. Throttle fiddling to maintain speed. That's my new term, throttle fiddling. Add that to the dictionary or the railway dictionary, the railway terminology book. Throttle fiddling. An act of repeatedly selecting different power settings to maintain power, typically used on an upward gradient. That would be the definition. Throttle fiddling. Let's make it happen, guys. Petition, please. Speed limit's 25 miles an hour. And then speed limit goes down to 15 very shortly, so I'm not gonna bother applying any more power. And then we're coming to a stand at Duntyfield, whatever that says, halt. So I think halts aren't actual stations. I think they're just places where you stop. They're like little platforms, kind of. Get an initial application in there just to bring us down for this 15 coming up. We're on an upward gradient, so I'm gonna release the brakes quite early. Hopefully, yep, as I suspected, gravity is gonna bring us down below 15, and we now need to apply a bit of power to maintain 15. Although we do have the little halt place that I'm not going to attempt to pronounce again coming up, so let's prepare for that. In fact, I'm going to shut off the power and just slowly creep into it. Oh no, it appears to be an actual station. Okay, interesting. Once again, apologies for the cat making noise in the background, guys. It won't happen again. Nice initial application on entry into the platform. Releasing. and stopped. Right. Full service. Straight brake max. Neutral, doors on the left. Stretch. Sorry, I need to stop doing that. That's actually pretty creepy. Apologies, guys. It's like the 5th time I've checked to see if I'm recording. I have a habit of, I'm sure it's a condition when you keep, you're always double checking to make sure that you've done something, even though you've already double checked it. You keep double checking it. Whatever that condition is called, that is what I have. Because yeah, it's bad. Not just in train sim, but my day-to-day life. Like honestly, I need help. Alright, let's get a move on. Next station is Williton. Anyway, forward. Release our driver's brake. We're on an upward gradient as well. So, oh, what have I done? Oh, I forgot to switch to the straight brake. Straight brake released, and we're away. That's a bit too much power. Let's just bring that down a bit. Okay, all good. What is that? Is that a distance signal? That appears to be a distance signal. Are we actually going to get an AWS warning for it this time? No, okay, no AWS, unfortunately. Right, so that was weird. The distance signal wasn't marked on the HUD. However, the next, what is it? The next home signal or block signal or something is coming up literally right around the corner. Thankfully, I'm able to see it, and I can see that it is at a 45-degree angle. So that's all good. However, one distance signal can represent multiple home signals. So the distance signal is the yellow semaphore. The home signals are the red semaphores. So if you come across a distance signal in the horizontal position, it means that any of the upcoming home signals could be at danger or are at danger. It's actually a fact that they are at danger if the distance signal is in the on position. So the first one that we just passed wasn't at danger, but we've got 2 more coming up, so we have to assume that the next one we're going to come across is at danger until we can see otherwise. Yeah, the railway used to be a strange place. What is that? Is that brakes? Or is that associated with the other track? Not the other track, there's only one track here. Clearly, is that associated with the other direction? I believe so. Yes, it is, because it's, you can see the white coloring, so that tells us that we are looking at the back of it. But I wouldn't have known that until being up close to it. Yeah, that's lack of knowledge, my lack of semaphore knowledge showing there, because I'm sure an experienced person would have just flew right past that without batting an eyelid. But yeah, I'm slightly paranoid. I could have easily looked at the heads-up display though, now that I think about it. Well, why am I slowing down for? Anyway, here's our signal coming up, and I can see a green light, so I'm just gonna assume that it's clear, and yes, indeed it is. Oh, 10 mile an hour speed limit. Okay, we're gonna speed ever so slightly here. Here's what it is, not the end of the world. So I'm guessing our danger aspect is at the other end of the platform. And look at that, we actually have some AI traffic. We have another class 47 here that we're probably holding up. I feel like he's been sat there, she, they has been sat there for a lifetime waiting for us with our late running solves. Nine Victor 53. There's our red signal at the end of the platform, which is most likely going to change to a clear aspect as soon as we come to a stand. And stop. Stop. Right now. Thank you. Perfect. It's actually surprisingly straightforward to come to an accurate stop. I think that's the one thing that the one aspect of handling that is kind of similar to passenger trains. The actual process of stopping in the right place. It's actually not too complicated. It's not as complicated as I thought. It's just the actual process of slowing down or beginning to slow down, I should say. Like nailing the correct brake application is quite difficult. But that being said, it is only my second time driving this thing, so yeah, I feel like I'm actually doing quite well. What time is it now? 7:26 in the morning, in real time, that is. So I need to be careful here. Hopefully we make it to the end of the run, but if it does get too late, I'm gonna have to cut the video short, unfortunately, which is something I don't want to do. So we should probably try hurry up. Right, look, doors, we do have a green signal. There's no DRA on this thing, so we actually have to use our eyes. Cool, forward. Driver's brake release. What is that noise? Interesting. Next station is Stogomba. Stogomba, I actually recognize that name. I've heard that name somewhere. I think it was one of PTG Rose videos. I'm sure he stopped at a place called Stogomba. Oh, I'm speeding. Naughty. We got some, it looks like we got some sheep in the fields over there. Just waiting for that speed limit to increase. Please hurry up. Hurry up. The 10 miles an hour was too slow. It hurts. Ah. What a terrible upward gradient as well, making it even more annoying because I have to do some more throttle fiddling. I love that term. There we are, 25 miles an hour, full steam ahead. What is that? Is that a distance signal? Or is that a semaphore facing the other way? I think it is the latter. It looks like we've actually finally found a sweet spot for the throttle. Alright, this has got to be a distance signal. Come on now. No, it's another semaphore facing the other way. Okay. Oh yeah, I think distance signals also have that little. There's like a sort of. It's like a triangle has been cut out of it at the end. I think that's another way to distinguish between the two. Yeah, we are maintaining speed really well. I'm actually quite pleased. Well, I spoke too soon because now we've hit 25, so I need to reduce the power ever so slightly to prevent us from exceeding 25. And I also need to pay attention to the gradient because I feel like it's going to suddenly change and we're going to be on a 1 in 12 downward gradient in Fort Park, and my speed is just going to shoot up uncontrollably. Imagine that though, 1 in 12. How steep is that? That's damn near a cliff face. Oh, okay, well, we're still on an upward gradient, but we're somehow speeding, so let's just drop our power back a bit. What is that noise? It sounds like we're getting chased by a giant. What? It sounds like Bigfoot's ducking us down. What is that? What is that noise? That is actually terrifying. There's a game I used to play called Ark Survival Evolved. I actually missed that game so much. That was actually I don't know why I got so much enjoyment out of that game. But yeah, when the dinosaurs used to chase you, it used to sound like that. The larger dinosaurs like the T-Rex and the Giganotosaurus and whatnot. It's a shame that that game fell off. That game was in its prime, I'd say. Well, to be honest, it was in its prime before I started playing it. I think I started playing that in 2016, 2017. It came out in 2015. Yeah, I'd say it was in its prime around 2016, to be honest, and then it slowly started dying down. But during lockdown, because no one had anything to do, that's when it came back. And then after lockdown, it just all went downhill, to be honest. But yeah, the problem is you you have to, in order to play that game successfully, you can't have a life outside of it. You can't have a job. You can't have kids. Your life has to be dedicated to the game. I'm being dead serious. Or unless you have a massive group of people, I think that's the only other way. I think unless you have a group of 20 people that are willing to take turns, take shifts, so to speak, literally work shifts on the game to maintain everything, then yeah, other than that, you're gonna struggle to play that game correctly. Only people that have actually played the game will know what I'm talking about. If you care that much and you haven't played the game, just do your research on it. And I'm talking about the online servers, by the way, not the offline. The offline you can just play it as you please, but I find offline a bit boring, to be honest. Some people argue, oh, why don't you just play PvE? PvE again, I just find it a bit boring. I did used to like PvE a bit just for the building, because I used to enjoy I used to enjoy having a sort of, what is the word? What is the word? What is the word? I used to enjoy. Sometimes it's just good to keep it dumb. I used to enjoy incorporating fancy designs to my structures. I used to enjoy doing that, making my designs look all fancy and making my buildings look all fancy and Victorian. So yeah, PvE was very good for that. But PvP for me, that was always where it was at, man. Right, we're not too far from Stagomba station. We've been on an upward gradient for quite a while, so in fact I'm sure we've been on an upward gradient for the majority of our journey so far, so I feel like we're climbing a mountain of some sort. See the platforms coming up now. Gonna aim for an entry speed of about 15 miles an hour probably, and we'll see. Oops, okay, I've messed up here. Driver's brake. It's giving it that initial burst of braking and then instantly releasing it to stop the train from coming to a stand too early. And then we're now gonna creep our way along the platform. We're now 14 minutes late. Yeah, you could tell this is set in the 60s because look at the advertisement, the advertisement posters. You could just tell by the font with that is definitely not from the modern day. All right, stopped. So you guys, I'm no longer calling out what I'm doing because I am, if I'm honest, I am slightly over this, but we're gonna push through and make it to the end. Time is it now? 7:38. Core blimey. I might have to skip my shower. I'm joking, I'd never do that. Oh, okay. Oh gosh, sorry guys, falling asleep there. Um, doors closed and yeah, whatnot. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. Let's just go. Driver's brake release. A bit of power. Too much, way too much. Straight brake release. Ooh, we nearly rolled backwards. That was bad. Yeah, it seems when you're initially moving off, especially on an upward gradient, you do need to take the ammeter into the yellow section. Otherwise, you're gonna struggle to move off. So keep that in mind if you're actually bored enough to drive on this. Thank goodness the speed limit's 25. We could just accelerate straight up to the exhilarating speed of 25 miles an hour. And yes, you heard that right. 25 feels very fast right now. I've never been so happy to see 25 miles an hour in my life. Alright, 20 mile an hour speed limit in 2.4 miles. And the next station is also in 2.4 miles. How long is this going to take? Oh yes, it's the penultimate station. Okay, we've only got 2 stations left. Oh, thank goodness. We're doing it, lads. We're doing it. And we got some cows in the field over there, along with our creepy person in the passenger seat that I actually keep forgetting about. It's the way they just turn to look at me. Wait for it. Alright, they don't look directly at me, which I'm actually quite thankful for. But yeah. Oh, what does that mean? What does the black plus on the white background mean? I feel like that means something very important, and I'm not aware of what that is, which is kind of unsettling, but hopefully it doesn't mean anything. Hopefully. It looks like we're about to enter a downward gradient. I like the horn on the Class 47 as well. It's a very... reminds me of the Class 158 and 159 horn. In fact, I'm sure they have the same horn. They must do. Yeah, that high-pitched squeaky horn. It's not really intimidating, to be honest. Like if I'm sat on a train track for whatever reason, I hear that, I'm gonna think, ah, I'm not moving, I'll be alright. That train's just gonna bounce off my body. That train ain't strong enough to do me no harm. No, I'm joking. Obviously I'd move. I mean, I'd never be sat on a train track in the first place. I'll tell you that. But yeah, this is a very, like, listen to this. Oh, it's cool though. No, it's compared to some other horns I've heard. It's a decent horn. I think the Class 700 horn is probably the most pathetic excuse of a horn I've ever heard. Yeah, the Class 700 horn is that doesn't sound. When you hear that, you don't think danger. You just think you think a clown's about to walk into the room when you hear the Class 700 horn. What do these signs mean? I keep seeing these. It's the second time I've seen this now. Let's try zoom in, see if it's got any writing. Nope, no writing. I am happy that I decided to drive this in this direction because driving this the other way is probably very irritating, having to constantly apply the brakes to remain below the speed. So yeah, I feel like I dodged a bullet there. I will not be driving this again. I promise I will actually not be driving this again unless there's some sort of financial incentive involved. But yeah, you will never see me on this route again. This is just a treat for you guys, a special video for my loyal followers, my loyal subscribers. I need to stop saying followers. This isn't Instagram. My loyal subscribers. Because that's what being a YouTuber is all about. It's not about how much subscribers you have. It's about how much of your subscribers are loyal to you, how much of your subscribers actually mess with your content. A channel with 1,000 loyal subscribers, 1,000 subscribers who actually enjoy the content is way more successful than a channel with 1 million subscribers but only 20% of them actually enjoy the content, and the remaining 80% are just subscribed for the sake of being subscribing. In my opinion, the channel with 1,000 subscribers is going to be more successful in the long run. So yeah, man. Right, here. Break. Oh no, we're good. Okay, that scared the life out of me. Do you know what it is? That's the distance signal. I'm sure we drove past the distance signal, but I just looked at it and didn't think anything of it, and I saw the red light coming up, so I was about to jump on the emergency brakes, but then I saw a little green light to the left and slightly below it. What that means is we've been routed to the left, more or less. Again, semaphore signals and the awkwardness around them, it's difficult to explain, but yeah, when you see two semaphore signals like that stacked next to each other, it's more or less it's the equivalent of a junction signal on non-semaphore routes. I can see a speed limit of 1 mile an hour in 237 miles. Sorry, 237 yards. If only we had a route that was 200 miles long in Train Simulator with a constant speed limit. And then a 1 mile an hour speed limit at the end. That would be gold, but no, too good to be true. We're on level terrain, so I'm struggling to understand why my train's not trying to take any power here. Yeah, that 1 mile an hour speed limit. I'm not going to be obeying that. I hope. I hope you guys do know that I'm not driving at 1 mile an hour. What do you take me for? yeah, we don't seem to be applying enough power. So yeah, I'm gonna have to just up the power just to zoom up to the end of the platform because I don't have enough patience. My patience is running out. And we're just gonna slam on the brakes here. Look at that lovely stuff. This DSD is very annoying though. I think we're stopped a bit too short, but I'm sure all the carriages are on the platform. That's all that matters. So yeah. Right, lovely. Oh, okay. Right, the 1 mile an hour speed limit was most likely associated with the derailment. No, the actual term is called catch points. You see the little points up there where if the points were in the reverse position, I think it is, just practicing my terminology there. If those points up there were in the reverse position, and we'd be derailed, and that's just a safety feature in case a train is coming from up there. It stops us from crashing into it. So I think they were in the reverse position previously while this signal's at danger, and that is why we had the 1 mile an hour speed limit. But now the signal's cleared, the points have been switched back to the normal position, and we now have our 25 mile an hour speed limit. So that is good to know, because I genuinely thought that this thing was trying to get me to drive at 1 mile an hour, which is something I was not going to do. So thank goodness for that. Right, final station, Bishop's Lydeard, Leyland, up platform. Right, let's get this over with. 3.7 miles, of course it's far away. Oh no. Come on, move. I hate the way that I have to give it that extra kick of power just to get it moving. Speed limit 20. And we're on a downward gradient. Oh, I keep forgetting to switch back to the driver's brake. Alright, let's get an initial application in there. If that's slightly more than... Oh, look at that. Speed limit's gone up to 25 as soon as I apply the brakes. Oh, shut up. DSD is so annoying. I'm touching the controls. You shouldn't be going off. Maybe that's an old sort of thing. The old-fashioned DSD just goes off no matter what after 60 seconds. If you're in forward or reverse, I'm guessing that's how it works. Jump back on the brakes here. We don't want to be exceeding 25, even though we just did. Look at that. Time is 7:53, so I don't think I'm gonna have time to edit this, but yeah, I'm gonna have to hurry up once I finish recording here, because I start work at 9 o'clock. But thankfully my workplace isn't too far from my house at all. Yeah, working close to home is actually a blessing. Sorry guys, I'm on my phone right now. That's why I'm being a bit quiet. Just handling business. Two miles remaining. Oof. Yeah, this final stretch is dragging out. Completely dragging out. I just want it to end. I feel like I'm being tortured right now. I honestly feel like I'm being tortured. This seems like some sort of torture course that they send drivers on when they make a mistake. I feel like this is probably what they secretly do when when drivers mess up and they need retraining on how to correctly handle a train. They just send them here. Because honestly, driving this is character development. It teaches you discipline, patience, and it teaches you how to correctly handle a train. I'll tell you that. Oh, that was a bridge. I sounded my horn at a bridge because I thought it was a level crossing. One thing I've noticed, I did notice this quite a while ago, but I wasn't certain of it. But now I am fairly certain. It seems like the spring-loaded overcharge position, it sort of completely flushes out the brake pressure, or sorry, it completely charges it. I feel like without going into that position, you're not gonna completely charge up the brake pressure. I might be wrong, but that's just a little observation that I made. Yeah, the running position doesn't really. Actually, I'm gonna test that out when we come into the final station here. Right, I think we're coming up to what appears to be a distance signal. Yes, indeed it is. And we've got our first home signal coming up around the corner, so let's just keep a strong eye on that. Although I do see what appears to be a green light, so I'm not going to bother applying the brakes. It would be unfortunate to spad right now, but at least we made it to more or less the end of the journey, so I wouldn't care too much. 0.8 miles to Bishop's Leyland, or Lydeard, whatever that says. Solar panels. I stand corrected. I guess this isn't set in the 1960s. I thought this was set in the 1960s, but the presence of solar panels over there clearly states otherwise. So you're telling me that this route exists in the present day, and they've just preserved everything. They got all the semaphores, all the old style speedboards, the stencil speedboards. Everything's just. Alright, let's get a bit of braking because I need to. Yep, red signal. Serious braking right now. Maximum braking. Or is it one of those junction signals again? What is this? Okay, I think it's another junction signal. It's because I noticed the red light first, so it spooks me a bit. But then I only see the green light afterwards. It's cool though, better safe than sorry. Our speed limit was 10 miles an hour anyway, so it is good that I slammed on the brakes like that. Bishop's Lydeard. Apologies if I'm offending anyone that happens to. Was I using the spray? Was I using the straight brake the whole time? Oh dear. Nah, I wasn't. There's no way I was using the straight brake, cause. Nah, I wasn't. Yeah, I'm in the run position now, and it's just you can see the brake gauge there is just taking a while to get to the fully charged position. But if I was to go into the overcharged position, I feel like it would happen a lot quicker. Well, I mean, I guess that explains why it's called flipping overcharge. It's the way I'm saying this as if it's new information or something. I'm sure everyone knows this. Alright, let's try our best not to fly through these signals here. I'm just gonna stop here. This seems like a fairly long platform, so yeah, this should be a perfect place to be stopped at. Okay, we actually made it. Wow, we actually made it to the end of this. Sorry, straight brake should have been applied first. Alright, left doors unlocked. Headlights off. I can't even reach the headlight switch. There we are, headlights off. Tail lights on, please. No, head code box off. Desk lights off as well. Where's the tail light switch? There it is. Tail lights on. Let's. Oh, we need to turn that off as well. Remove our master key. Master key. Oh, okay. It's a clicky thing. Normally it's a hold and drag, but this one's just a clicky one. That is the case on some trains in Train Sim World. You've got to be kidding me. Oh wow, okay. So there was another switch for the AWS that I missed the whole time. Interesting. DSD isolated. So we were driving without AWS, which is problematic. I guess we're sacked. Anyway, I can't close the cab door back. It's not letting me close the cab door back. Wow, really? Oh, there we are. Perfect. Yeah. So that, my people, I'm not sure why the tail lights aren't on, but okay. That, my people, concludes this little special drive on the West Somerset Railway. I'd like to thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. Constructive feedback and criticism is more than welcome in the comment section below and is highly appreciated. I'm off to work now. Wish me luck. If you'd like to further support the channel, please consider liking and subscribing, by the way. I will catch you guys in the next one, which will most likely be back on the West Coast mainland, because I definitely need to make more content on that. But yeah, guys, yes, I will give up control. Love. Oh, look at that. It's dangling.